drag and drop file into application under Run as administrator. Whenever I have an application running, Visual Studio 2008, Notepad, etc., under Run as administrator, I cannot drag and drop files from Windows Explorer into the application. I've tried running Windows Explorer as administrator, but to no avail. Is there a way to get drag and drop to work when my applications are under Run as administrator?
The problem is tied to how security permissions work. The ability to drag and drop from a normal applications to an elevated one would break the security model behind UAC. However, I'm unclear as to why a UAC prompt isn't shown, thus allowing for a temporary elevated operation, much like any Linux user experiences every day. This is definitely something that Microsoft needs to work on. What troubles me is that this problem is already old. Vista behaved the same. There's two things you can do, one ugly, one annoying. Ugly, disable UAC, but you lose all the extra security it offers. Annoying, use another file manager and run it too as an administrator. Why another file manager? Because you can't actually elevate Windows Explorer. Despite seeing the option in the context menu of the Windows Explorer icon and a UAC prompt being displayed, the fact is Windows Explorer will not be elevated.
This is a workaround according to AdWolf annoying solution. Open Notepad with Run as administrator. Click on Open in File menu and enter in file name and press Enter. Now you can drag files from there to your app. Notepad Open Browser doesn't support multiply file selection, but you can use other programs in the same way to use drag and drop.
Windows 7. Launch PowerShell using Run as administrator. Type taskl/f/imexplorer.exe. Start process explorer.exe. Or launch cmd, command prompt, using Run as administrator. Type taskl/f/imexplorer.exe. Start explorer.exe. All your new Explorer windows will now be elevated and you can drag and drop from them into other elevated applications. I tested and verified this prior to posting.
There was an update to Visual Studio 2005 published 2 years ago that fixed many UAC problems on Vista, and that same update fixes the same problems on Windows 7. It is not a critical update so you wouldn't get it automatically, and it was not included with VS 2005 SB1. They're not actively publicizing this update now BC, they just want everyone to go to VS 2008. So chances are you don't have it. Explanation at this URL. Download at this URL. Here's what that update fixes, when running Visual Studio in normal user mode with UAC turned on. Drag/drop files from an Explorer window. Launching Versus, as a normal user, by launching shortcuts to solutions/projects or associated file types. DLL/exe registrations still fail, rightly so, since those are system level changes. If you're running Versus as an administrator, the window is still locked down to drag/drop and shortcuts, and DLL/exe registrations work correctly without having to completely turn off UAC. Note, Versus will still warn you about administrator mode when you launch it, but now you can probably ignore that warning permanently.
If you want to support the channel,